Sis podcast, Activation Edition. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever this podcast may find you. I hope that it finds you in great spirits. I am back for another podcast. I am so excited. A little bit about me. Let's do just a little bit of housekeeping. The best way to support me in this podcast is to, of course, rate, subscribe, and comment to this podcast. You can always subscribe to this podcast if you are not already subscribed. You can share this podcast to your favorite social media timeline. And if you really love what you hear, why don't you come and find me on www.honestlysis.com. Go ahead and join our mailing list so that you can receive a brand new newsletter when it comes out this fall. Or you can go ahead and shoot on over to that free resource tab, click and join our YouTube channel under the same name. We will be going live, and make sure that you're on that mailing list so that you can get notifications and some heads up before we go live. All right. All right. So I just wanted to put this on to show that I am cute, that my hair does look good. But I'm going to put the headphones on because I do feel like I cannot hear what's going on. So, and now we're back. Okay. I don't feel like it looks that cute, but it's okay. We're not here for vanity purposes. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick little reading for our activation. Last week, our episode was all about. It was all about sunshine guilt. It was all about people who may experience seasonal summertime seasonal depression, depressive disorder, affective disorder, however it's pronounced, sad. And to be completely transparent, I originally thought that this was going to be the last episode until we come back in the fall. But angel number 222 on the clock, I've just been feeling like, I don't know, like I've been feeling like I can't give up on Honestly Sis. Something is really telling me to just keep going, and to find a way to make it work with the TV reviews I want to do. I may not do like a week to week TV review. I may just go live and talk about these TV shows. I'm trying to figure it out, but I do want you guys to know that I am fully committed to this space. And moving forward, I'm really going to be working overtime to make sure that I can get these episodes done in a timely manner and make sure they're coming out more regularly for you guys. But we do have to keep in mind that it is only me, and that it's only me. I'm only one person, and I only have but so much bandwidth, and so I'm just trying to get my rhythms going until I can do this full time and I'm able to, just make this my day to day life. But until that happens, please just bear with me as I figure out how to make this work. Okay? Because I believe it honestly says, and if you are here, if you are subscribed, I know that it believes to and that you believe in it as well. Okay? All right. So we are about to begin the activation. This activation episode is where I give you practical spiritual tools to help you in your everyday life. Sometimes this guidance may be coming from our previous reading. Today, sometimes I try to come at you with a quote, but today I'm really just gonna just go off the dome and just allow our guardian angels and ancestors to take over the space. So I want you to, wherever you are, if you're driving, even if you are on your job, maybe just take a moment, center yourself, maybe put one hand on your heart, one hand in your belly, take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale out your mouth. I'm going to do that two more times. Take a deep inhale in through your nose, and exhale out your mouth with a sigh. One more deep inhale in through your nose, and exhale out your mouth with a sigh. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, we come to you as humbly as we know how to say thank you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for guiding us during this time of chaos. Now, dear God, guardian angels, and beings in light, you know who's going to come across this podcast episode, this YouTube clip, or even this TikTok video or Substack. You know who's going to find this. God, I just ask that you please deliver this information to them and to me and through me as clearly as possible. God, I know that I have not always been committed to this space, but as we sit here today, I recommit myself to you and I open myself up as the lighthouse. I open myself up as the bridge between this human world and the spiritual one. And I gotta ask that in these next 30 minutes that you please use me as you see fit. In God's name I pray. Ashe. Please allow no room or doubt and confusion in me or the listener mind. Allow the people who need me to find me. This is my time. All right, I got, hold on, do we have, oh my God, I just realized I don't, hold on, let me get my bill. All right, so the space has been opened. I typically would try to like start with a quote or do something, but today I'm not going to do any of that, and I'm just going to go straight on into our cards. We're going to just go straight into the cards. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, what do you deem worthy for us to hear? Allow no room for doubt, confusion in me or the viewer's mind. What do you need to hear? Give us just two cards, God. Two cards to focus on. All right, got one, maybe one more. Too many. Stop it right there. Too many. I said just give me two cards, and I got four. I'll just take it. The four cards that came out. It is so dark because it's like raining, and mind you, it is like the middle of the afternoon right now. So that may be a word in itself, a message in itself. We are going through some dark times, but even in the darkness, there is still sun. Okay. The cards that came out is Adventurer. Can you see it? Adventure, Harmony, Honesty. I love this. I love honesty. Honesty. Can you see that? Honesty. And I love that honesty. It has that angel literally sitting in the mirror. And so we know that this message about honesty is not honesty about other people, but honesty about ourselves. Are we being true with ourselves about the adventures that we want to go on? Are we harmonizing ourselves with our most truest, most honest version of ourselves? And underneath all of this is spontaneity. Spontaneity. The message that I get right away is that some of you guys are about to go on a very spontaneous adventure. It's going to be very, you may not even realize that you are going on this. You may not even realize that you're going on this adventure. But a little bit, but the reason why I say you may not realize that you're going on this adventure is because underneath this is spontaneity. And so for some reason, I feel as though God is asking you in this time period, whenever you find this podcast within the next 3 weeks, from 3 to 4 weeks from when you find this podcast, God is asking you, if you are not somebody who likes to deal with spontaneity, if you don't do very well with moving with the flow, what the words that's coming to me right now is be like water, you're going to struggle in these next 3 to 4 weeks. There's something very, very, I feel this like surge of energy that is about to come down on us within these next 3 to 4 weeks. And I think that makes sense because we're about to go into the summer solstice. So it's something about that summer solstice energy that is really about to propel so many of you guys into new territories. And you may feel nervous about this. It may come about unexpected, but because this adventure card is coming in our past position, and there's literally this angel has on a backpack, and it looks as though it's literally getting ready to propel off into a mountain. God is saying that you may not feel, when this opportunity comes about, you may not feel as though you're prepared for it, but you are prepared for it. You have been doing the skills for it. You have been preparing for this opportunity. I hear that every single thing that has happened up until this point of your life is preparing you for where you're about to go right now. A little thing I want to say, if you're new to this channel, you're new to this podcast, you're new to me at all as a person, my name is Honest Am. I'm just a girl from Detroit. That's the reality of it. I'm just a girl from Detroit who used to be a people pleaser. And matter of fact, I won't even say I was a people pleaser. I was a chameleon. I knew how to expand. I knew how to flex, how to shape shift into any environment that I was in. And I shape shift so much into all of these different environments that I forgot who I was deep down inside. And so when I hit rock bottom, what helped me come out of rock bottom, please make sure you go listen to the first 2 episodes of this podcast. It really healing, finding, trying to heal myself. So the tarot cards, the crystals, all of these things, doing energy readings, you know, all of these things really helped me come within myself. It really helped me learn myself. I healed some very deep wounds. And because this has been so healing for me, I decided that I want to share this with other people. I literally, every single week, I pull tarot cards for myself to help me understand the energy that is guiding me. And lately, I've just been hearing like this skill, this tool that you have is not just for you. And so that's why I'm really committing to this space. And so if this is your first time ever coming across me or this podcast or Honestly Sis at all, I just want you to know that I do use God and cusses in the same sentence. God knows my heart. I'll try not to cuss so much, but it is what it is. Like I said, I am a girl from Detroit. I want you to know that anything that I'm speaking from it not from a place of authority, from somebody who have experienced it. I'm speaking from my own experience. If there is anything that I do not know, I will tell you I do not know, or I will do research on. But anything that I am channeling, I am just channeling. Sometimes I know things without knowing things. One thing that took me a very long time to commit to this path is because I wasn't able to, stand up here proudly and say, "Oh, I'm a fourth generation." Da 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 da. That's what slavery took from me. If I was never gotten taken from my village, I probably would have, been brought up as a medicine woman. I would have been able to learn to recognize my gifts. I would have been able to learn the proper skills and tools to fine tune them. But because that was taken away from me, and so many of us have been having our roots like stripped from us and shamed and ostracized and demonized, for I didn't really validate this gift. But within this last month or so, like matter of fact, this whole year, it has just been this deep process of showing that I am a psychic. I am probably have one of the clairs, but I can't tell you I am da 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 da. All I can tell you is that I get information, and instead of keeping this information for myself, instead of only sharing it in my bubble, I'm trying to give it to others. Okay. I don't know who needed to hear that, but I'm going to make sure at the beginning of every episode I let you know that, I use God and cusses in the same sentence. And if that makes you uncomfortable, this may not be the place for you. I also want to say that I say God, I say the universe, I say ancestors. Ancestors is separately ancestors, beings of light, and angels. Those are all separate beings. But when I say God in the universe, I am essentially saying the same thing. Some people say source. If those words make you uncomfortable, again, this may not be the space for you, but I implore you to just sit in that discomfort and to ask yourself, why does it make you feel so uncomfortable that I'm using this word God? And because, like, just look within yourself instead of coming at me. But I will try my best to limit the cuss words, not because I feel as though they're inappropriate, but just because sometimes, leaning on cusses can just be lazy. I'm just trying to get better with that. So let's get back into this reading. Adventure, harmony, and honesty. With the adventure coming off in the past position, I do feel like there is something about some intentions that you set a very long time ago. You may have even set them like 5, 6 years ago, and you may think God completely forgot about you. You've seen people getting praises, you've seen people getting blessings, and you thought, oh, well, nope, this is it. Like maybe God didn't hear this, or maybe this wasn't a blessing that's for me. This is all about to come back around, and it's going to come back around in the most random and spontaneous way. For some reason, somebody is telling me, oh, I need the definition of spontaneous. I don't understand. What do you mean by spontaneous? Let's literally look up the definition of spontaneous. Of spontaneity, my bad. It's actually spontaneity and not spontaneous. So hold on, let me make sure I'm saying the proper term. That's why I'm glad I did look it up. Thank you, angels and ancestors, for stopping me in my tracks. They like, girl, you're saying the wrong word. Spontaneity. And we can. Here we go. Spontaneity. That's actually what it is. Spontaneity is the condition of being spontaneous, spontaneous behavior, spontaneity, voluntary or undetermined action or movement. So again, I do feel like within these next 3 to 4 weeks, there's going to be things that are going to be occurring that are just outside of your control. And God is saying that instead of getting nervous, instead of feeling like maybe there's some type of judgment on you, He really wants you to just have this sense of adventure. And what's coming to my mind is Shan has this Shan Booty, I think that's her last name, but it's the Lovers podcast, and she has this episode with Cree Summers, and Cree talked about how she grew up as a nomad, and how whenever they came into an obstacle, and so the example she used is her dad, they ran out of gas. Instead of looking at it as like, oh my God, I ran out of gas, nothing, this is the end of the world. Her father really looked at it as an essential adventure. He used to say like, ooh, Cree, how are we going to get gas? How is this going to work out? And that's how God really wants you to handle these next 3 to 4 weeks. No matter what is being thrown at you, God really wants you to take this harmonious approach and to have this sense of adventure, have this sense of curiosity with God, because right in the middle is harmony, and you literally can see that there's a group of angels that look like they're all singing in key. Ooh, and that's what I'm getting. I'm getting all of these spontaneous movements is because God is trying to get you with your people. He's trying to get you in your proper position. We always talk about being the body of Christ, and sometimes you don't understand that being the body of Christ is that, yeah, when God created you, yes, He created you as an individual, but He actually created you as an individual to function within the hand of Christ. And somehow you ended up at the head of Christ, or maybe at the leg of Christ. And so all of these things are about to start occurring in your life to shake that up, because He's trying to get you from the head to the hand. He's trying to get you in your proper position. And so instead of like freaking out or feeling like everything is about to go wrong, God is really trying to say that this is the time where your tools are going to come into action. And those tools are the things that I gave you in those articles, like You Are Not Your Thoughts, or the tools that I gave you in This Is a Life Hack for Meditation. Those articles literally give you tools to help you gain control of your mind. And it's going to be so important that within these next 3 to 4 weeks that you find harmony with your mind. I say all the time, if this is your first time here, that your mind is nothing but Google on steroids. And so when these things start to occur and they're going to freak you out, your mind is going to be like, oh my God, the worst is happening. But God is telling you right now, this reading is coming about is for you to have this sense of harmony and to know that everything is working out in your favor. Now, you're going to be asking me, if all of these things are going to be coming at me, forcing me to make movements, because that's what's going to happen. You're having actions. What I'm reading right now, this is not something that is actually, sometimes I read tarot and I read messages that are about internal growth. I feel like if you go look at my YouTube channel, I spend a lot of time over there speaking about internal growth. What's happening in this reading, this is something that's going to manifest in your physical reality within the next 3 to 4 weeks. And so, what God is saying, the way to know if you are moving with the flow of energy or if you are being like water is to be honest with yourself. Right now, within these next 3 to 4 weeks, you have to be completely honest about what you desire. You have to be completely honest about what you want to experience in life. And so, if you feel like you want to be a hopeless romantic, right? And you are, you finding yourself meeting people, allow yourself to go down that path. Don't sit up here in front and act like you don't want love when you know you want love. This is not the time to deny your desires. This is the time to boldly stand in what you want. If you want to have a career where you are creative, this is not the time to slack and hope and pray that it's going to happen. No, you have to start moving and acting and putting together a schedule to get you in that position. And I really feel like that's why God was telling, like, why I felt so strongly that's why I felt so strongly about not stopping the podcast, because there is something where God is like, no, girl, this is not the time for you to stop. This is not the time for you to be like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out, how to do TV reviews. God is like, no, if you want to do TV reviews and you want to do your podcast and you want to do your book, then figure out how to make that your daily life now. Stop trying to put it off. Be honest with yourself. If you want to do TV reviews, then do TV reviews and figure out a way to put that in your schedule. Don't stop. I'm hearing God is saying, stop putting your desires off for another time. If it's coming up and if you want it now, then admit that you want it now. Okay? But don't take my word for it. We're going to go ahead and get into the tarot to get some more information. Guys, another way that you can support me or help support the podcast is booking a reading. I do have these readings that I do give away. I'm not give away. I do have these readings that I offer on my channel. You can do 1 to 3 card readings. We can get in depth. I can do it live, record it, or yeah, I can do it. I can pre-record it, or we can do it on the phone. But just make sure you go check out my website, check out my services, honestlysis.com. Y'all, I realized I did like literally 17 episodes and never, not one time, talked about me doing tarot readings. Like, girl, silly, just silly. So please check that out. Oh my God. So before we even get into all of the cards, this card flew out and it is the 7 of Pentacles, which I love so much because this is your energy right here. You are tired. And it's like, and the reason I look at this energy and the reason why I say like you're tired, like look how she's looking at it. She's just like, I mean, yeah, I see it's pentacles, but it's not the blessing that I want. And I think what's been, you see how she has this water can right here? This has been you. You have been like literally watering this dream for like the last 7 years, the last 6 to 7 years. And you are like literally about to give up. You're over it because you're like, I'm not seeing the result. Like, yes, I've seen little blessings. Like she's seen, you've seen little leaves and you've seen little blossoms, but you have not seen your life transition, and it's making you feel like it's not going to happen. And God is saying, no, this is the season where it is going to happen, and it's not going to happen by you passively disengaging in life, or by you being like, you know what, I give up, God not paying no attention to me, I'm gonna go do something else. No, you have to actively be a part of this process. It's something about God wants you to actively work with him to bring this dream about. I love that. All right, but let's get some more energy. God, clarify this message of adventure, harmony, honesty, and spontaneity. What do we need to know about whatever this fast-paced movement that's coming in the next 3 to 4 weeks, God? Allow no room for doubt, confusion in me or the listener's mind. What is this crazy, crazy energy that is coming in? Let's ground it on down. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Ooh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about it. And so for adventure, what came out is the Two of Swords. And I feel like this is like the 4th or 5th time I've read this card, and literally this last position. And so You guys have been having to make a decision about a way of being in the world. God is the universe is asking you to decide, who do you want to be? How do you want to be perceived in this world? It's something about, I don't know who I'm picking up on, but it's something about your energy, that you have this very passive energy, and you just think that that just having faith is going to make your dreams come about. And baby girl, you're missing the other part of that verse. It says faith without works is dead. You got to work, baby. You got to do you have to actually work to bring this manifestation about. You can't close your eyes off to reality and deny what's happening. You have to take your blindfold off, get within the depth of the emotion, be honest with yourself about what you're seeing. If there are illusions coming out, because what it shows to me with this half crescent moon coming up is that you're not seeing the full picture of things, or you're probably not seeing the full picture of things because you don't want to see the full picture of things. We do this all the time. I had to come to what I want to say, conclusions. I had to come to grips with the fact that I see what I want to see out of people. I literally I had a reader say to me, I'm sorry, I just want to just make sure nobody's trying to reach out to me because my phone was going off. Okay, yeah, nobody's trying to reach out to me. So, yes, I had this reader tell me, like, you don't just have tenant vision, like, you have rose quartz vision. Like, it's like, I don't just see how do I say this? Yeah, that's what it is. He said, I don't have like rose colored vision. I have tinted vision. So when you have a tint, right, you can't see in the car. You literally just see a reflection of yourself and of what you want to see. And that's how I used to look at things. I only wanted to see what I wanted to see within that person. And I would deny the other things. I would deny what I'm feeling. I would deny the warning signs. I would deny all of that because I just wanted to see what I wanted to see within that person, within that situation, within that opportunity, whatever it may be. And so, what God is telling you is that in order to get all of these manifestation, all of these intentions that you have set, all of these dreams that you have launched, I feel like you are the type of person who literally every single month you're writing down your intentions. Every year you're putting up your dream board, and you're like, well, why isn't any of this working? Because you're not trying to see the truth of your situation. You just think it's enough for you to just do what they say that you're supposed to do. Oh, I'm not going to talk to that person because, the reader on TikTok, some random ass reader on TikTok told me that he toxic. You have to realize the universe is so smart. God is so clever, is that they don't even care. You could literally be doing the correct action with the wrong intention. And because you're doing the correct action with the wrong intention, the universe is like, no, you still didn't learn your lesson. You cannot trick the universe into getting these blessings. You cannot get the universe into, maybe you can, but for the people that I'm reading for, you are a special breed, and the universe will not allow you to do it that way. It's like, no, boo, I need you to see clearly why you're not, why you're not, why you're choosing to go down this road. Okay? God wants you to clearly see why you decided, I'm choosing this and not that. And I'll give you a very personal example, and my ex is gonna kill me because he like, goddamn girl, can you please, can you please find another goddamn example? I promise, boo, maybe the end of this year, somebody else will come in and I'll get a new mute. But sometimes I feel very guilty about talking about my ex, but then again, I don't feel guilty because he was a great learning experience, and I do really genuinely believe at the core of love, relationships, and the purpose of them is so they can teach us stuff, so that we can grow and evolve into the best version of ourselves. And so I remember, like, when I was going back and forth with my ex, me and my ex were together for almost a decade. I went back and forth with him for over 5 years. And I was going back and forth because I was like, I love him. I don't love him. I would listen to a reading where it's like, you gotta leave your toxic ex alone. And then I would stop talking to him. I would have a dream and I would stop talking to him because I felt like, oh, well, maybe this dream is telling me something. Maybe this dream is showing, giving me some hints. But deep down inside, I still loved him. I still cared about him. I still craved and desired these dreams, these dreams that we had made together. I still fantasized about our life and everything working out, even when I would stop talking to him. And so it wasn't until recently we had a conversation, and I think he was leaving. No, yeah, we were having this conversation and he was leaving out of state. And so this was like, oh my God, like it was different because there's no more of us just, me not talking to him and then I can run into him down the street or I can run into him at a party. It's like, no, he's literally leaving. And so we really started to do this process of like, oh, are we going to get back together? Am I going to move with him? And I realized, like, no, I can't. And it's not because I don't love you and it's not because you don't love me, but it's because I have to let go of this fantasy that, just because you keep coming back in my life, that means that we're together. I have to pay attention to this fact that, yeah, you're moving down there, but do I even want to move down there? Does it make astrological sense for me to move down there? And so then I had to realize, like, oh, well, maybe that's why we're not talking, so that he can figure out how to grow and how to become the man that he needs to be. And I can do the same thing. Now I can act. Now I have the blindfolds off. Now I'm not just moving blindly, but I'm moving with this knowledge that, oh, I'm not doing this because he's a toxic person or he did. No, it's just that we are in a point in our life where it no longer makes sense. And maybe, later down the line, it will make sense. But right now, it didn't make sense. And so I can actually make this decision to stop talking, to stop, get off of this track, get off of this back and forth treadmill, because we are literally moving in two different directions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out how to get a house here in Detroit. I'm trying to figure out how to grow my business here, how to really commit to this path, and he's leaving. And so it was like the universe made a very clear thing, like, okay, so are you going to be this person that's continuing to chase love, that continue to put everybody, hopes and dreams before you, or are you going to actually choose yourself this time around? And I actually decided to choose myself because I took the blindfold off. Okay. All right. I got somebody sending me, somebody in our chat. Who's in the chat? No lie, the universe been testing me lately, and I keep falling, and I keep failing. LOL, and it's all old tests, things I've already failed before. Emery, first of all, I thank you so much for commenting and for being on this live. I mean, but don't we all? Like, I don't. That's why I'm like, I always tell, like, people, do not take life so seriously, right? The universe knows us. The universe knows who we are. They know that they are aware of our pitfalls. And so you may think the universe is just like, oh, there she go, messing up again. There she go, doing the wrong thing again. But it's really like, they're just like, let's see if she gets it this time. Like, it's more of a playful approach. I don't think that the universe is like, God damn it, this girl keep playing, like this girl keep failing. It's all just a big learning thing. And so instead of just saying you keep failing, and maybe just reframe it a little bit. Like, the next time, just be more playful with it, like, just be like, there you go. Oh my God, it almost got me again. You know what I'm saying? Like, change up the energy, because maybe that is the lesson. Maybe the lesson isn't about you failing, but it's about more so the attitude that you take on when you're going through the process. Like, when you fail, are you beating yourself up? Or when you fail, are you like, oh, my bad, I made that silly mistake again? You see what I'm saying? It may not even be about the actual actions, but it may just be about your attitude towards the quote unquote failure. But that's just life. That is just life. All right. So let's go on into this current position. This current position. Excuse me. Thank you so much for commenting, Anne Marie. I really appreciate it. So let's go on to that middle section. Everything is fine. This is actually our Ten of Swords, and again about not really seeing the truth of what's happening. I feel like for a lot of you guys, especially, look at this. It's like a common theme. Also, I have all swords out here. And so this reading is about communicating. It's about how you speak over yourself, how you speak to others, how you speak about your dreams, how you speak about your path, how you speak about the things that you're going through. So that's why I said that thing about reframing, and not being so hard on yourself and not like beating yourself up, because life isn't a big university. It's not like if you don't pass this class, you're not going to make it. No, like we can keep failing over. We can take the same test over and over. It's like a video game. You can literally, you can either, you can either go on the quest and like finish the game, or you can keep doing side quests, can keep having fun until you decide, okay, all right, let me finish this game. Let me go ahead and go on the path. That's how life is. So let's not take anything too seriously. With this message of harmony, everything is fine. And actually, I actually feel like, even though it's saying harmony and everything is fine, I feel like God wants you to admit that everything is not fine. I think we're starting to come around in the zeitgeist about this term of toxic positivity, where we try to act like everything is fine even though it is not fine. We try to act like, oh, it's okay, I can have heartbreaks and I can have betrayals and I don't care, and I'll let that roll off of my back. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you are the type of person, especially if you've been dealing with, like, for the last 8 to 10 years, like, I mean, back to back betrayals, back and back, like heartbreak, betrayals, backstabbing, lying, like catching people lying and cheating on you, you have to acknowledge that, boo. You have to acknowledge what you are going through. There's a famous Jay-Z quote: "You cannot heal what you do not reveal." You putting these blindfolds on and you trying to act like, you trying to distract yourself through social media, or trying to distract yourself in other ways and trying to deny this, all it's going to do is make you end up imploding. You're either going to implode on yourself, or you end up imploding on somebody else. And I can tell you that from experience, because that has literally been my life this last couple of years. I mean, not even, yeah, it's been my life for these last couple of years. I told you guys, I went through a breakup with my boyfriend of 10 years, my partner for 10 years. At that time that I went through that breakup with him, I was also going through a breakup with the organization that I was with for 10 years. I was also having issues with my parents. I was also kind of beefing with my best friend. And so it was like all of these things was happening, and I was low key telling myself like, "Oh, I'm fine. Everything's okay. It's not that big of a deal." And what I was doing is what I was doing, like all of these, I'm getting stabbed in the back, I'm getting all of these betrayals. And I would say like, everything is fine, everything is fine. But what I end up doing was I end up like closing myself off. I stopped going certain places. I stopped hanging out with that best friend. I stopped going to our family, our outings. I literally stopped talking to my dad for a couple of years. I mean, for like a year or two. I was having like spotty conversations with my mama. Like, I really was just cutting everybody off. Like, I just was just cutting everybody off. And at the time, I was doing it under this guise that I was like protecting myself and I'm healing myself, and this is what I have to do because I can't be dealing with those toxic people, and that's my old life and I don't have to deal with that anymore. And then this year I had to literally face the karma and face everything that I've put out within these last 5 years. I had to have a really deep conversation with my ex, where he informed me about how my actions hurt other individuals, not just him, not just my best friend, not just my one mentor, but organizations, but whole families. I had to go back into environments that I said I would never go back in, and actually face the fact that I was mad at one person and I took it out on an entire organization. I had to deal with the fact that all of these relationships and you know, and resources and connections that I cultivated for, since for my entire adulthood, I turned my back on it because I was mad and because I was upset and I was hurt. And while I was wishing these people bad, and I'm not saying like I was literally like, oh, I hope they die, but it was a little part of me that felt like, well, I want them to feel what I feel, and I want justice, and I want this. When I came back into those environments, there was no negative energy. There was no, what are you doing here? It was just love, overwhelming love, overwhelming acceptance, overwhelming we miss you, overwhelming where the hell you been? And it made me have to deal with the fact that, oh, I did, this was wrong. I was wrong. I may have been doing this to be quote unquote protective. And the crazy thing is I literally remember breaking down in a healing circle saying, "Oh, I don't want what everything to happen to me to close my heart. I don't want it to close my heart." And that's exactly what I had did. I had closed myself off from anybody, from all of that stuff. And so this message is coming about is because you have to admit what you're going through. If somebody is hurting you, admit it and then do something about it. Don't just keep staying in it. Don't just being like, this is what it's supposed to be. No, because all you're going to do is hurt yourself, or somewhere down the line, you're going to implode and hurt an innocent bystander. And we don't want that at all. I'm going to go ahead and hurry up because I know I'm like taking forever with this reading. That's also why I got to come on more regularly. So I'm not like just talking, like I can actually make sure I can honestly make sure that we are. Oh, look. Okay, I'm sure. Oh, I didn't even know we could do this. That was our comment that we got. No lie, the universe has been testing me lately, and I've been failing. It's all old tests. We're never failing. The universe got our back, and the universe absolutely wants the best for us. Okay. All right. Last thing, Ace of Swords. Again, all of this, we literally start with the Two of Swords because you're not seeing the truth of the situation. God is asking you to see the truth of the situation. And then we end with the future with Ace of Swords. And so what God is saying is that if you admit that everything is not fine, if you admit that something does need to change, and you actually, you take all this information that you're feeling and you harmonize with your feelings and you harmonize your emotions and you actually listen to what it's telling you and you're honest with yourself, then God will give you a brand new way of being, a brand new way of communicating. This is actually how you heal communication wounds. You don't heal communication wounds by not seeing the truth of the situation. You heal it by acknowledging it, taking a blindfold off, admitting that everything is not fine, admitting where you're hurting, admitting what's backstabbing, being honest with yourself about it, harmonizing with your feelings, and then you would get a brand new feeling. You would get a brand new beginning. And this brand new beginning may come about with a spontaneous blessing, because that is what the last card is. Underneath all of this is the Six of Pentacles, which is a tangible manifestation. So again, we got the 6 and the 7. So again, progress is progress. It's like oh, I love this. Because this was at the bottom and this was the first card that came out, it has me feeling like for some of you guys, you overlooked your blessing. You didn't even see the blessing. You didn't see the blessing because you have these blindfolds on. So you didn't know that you even had a choice to make, but you were feeling all of this, this pain. You were trying to distract yourself from whatever situation that you were going through. But God is saying, if you stop distracting yourself, you actually see the truth of it and decide that you're going to change the cycle, you would get a brand new cycle. And the blessing that you've been looking for or that you overlooked before in the past is going to come to you. It's going to come to you. It's going to come to you from here. And it's all because you're starting to see your power and you've actually transmuted your emotions. This is teaching us again how to transmute our emotions. And the best way to transmute your emotions is by seeing the truth of them, by recognizing that, hey, when I close myself off, when I decide that I don't move When I close myself to the truth of the situation, then I'm blocking myself from moving forward. But you take that blindfold off, you'll start, maybe you'll stop being partial. You won't, it will no longer be the partial moon. You'll be able to see the full moon, meaning you'll be able to see the truth of the situation. When you're able to see the truth of the situation, you're able to feel the truth of the situation. And it lets you know that instead of saying everything is fine, you realize everything is not fine and that something needs to change. When you harmonize with the need that something needs to change, you not only feel that way, but you speak that way, you act that way. Then because you're honest with yourself, then that change will come about and the blessing that you overlooked in the past will come to you. All right. All right. I love that so much. What's under here? I just want to see. Yep. Eight of Cups, walking away. And I think this is really what was holding a lot of you guys back, is because you've invested a lot of time into something and the universe has asked you to walk away from something that you've invested a lot of time into. But remember, you're not walking away from it because it's not working, right? You have to see the truth of it. Why are you walking away from it? The reason why you're walking away from it is because it's not in harmony or in alignment with who you're trying to be. Remember, we don't just change ourselves because that's what we're supposed to do. We change ourselves to make ourselves become more in harmony and alignment with the person that we are trying to be. Okay? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because this reading was not supposed to be that long. I'm actually, because we're talking so much about communication, um, I am gonna go ahead and go to a getting into the vortex. I'm gonna get into the vortex, and then we're gonna end this with a work your light. So we're gonna just get one tool. Remember, if this reading is hitting, if it is touching a special place, and you feel like you need just a little bit more information, especially if you feel like you may be blocked. I do have a blockages reading on my website, so make sure you go check that out, www.honestlysis.com. Okay, God, give us just one tool that we can use. Clarify this message of the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Swords, Six of Pentacles, harmony, adventure, honesty, spontaneity with the Page of Wands. Oops. Yeah, with the Page of Wands. What do we need to know? Yeah, right now we're just in this place of where we are really learning how to yield our power, how to really manifest tangible blessings in our life. And God is just saying the best way to do that is to be honest with yourself. All right, so we got three cards that slipped on out. Three cards slipped out. I intend to see the best in everyone. That may be the problem. Again, for some of you guys not wanting to like actually see the truth for your situation, that need to see the best in everyone is a the need for you to see the best in everyone is stopping you from seeing the truth in your situation. So just be mindful of that. It's okay to want to see the best in everyone, but just make sure that you're seeing things clearly. I will not try to control the uncontrollable. Again, about these people who are holding on to painful situations, maybe instead of trying to hold on, just release that, okay? Release what you can no longer control. And then last but not least, I came as an extension of source energy, again with that Ace of Swords. Matter of fact, I kind of feel like I need to read all of these, because last but not least, we have I can praise success whenever I see it, and my relationship will change when my vibration change. So again, this message is coming about because the way that you are speaking over your dreams, speaking to yourself, speaking to other people is actually blocking you from moving forward. And so God is teaching you how to change your vibration. And you change your vibration by seeing the truth of the situation, feeling the truth of the situation, and then being honest about what is the next step that you need to get yourself either out of that situation or to release that situation. Okay. So we're going to focus on I tend to see the best in everyone. It says you can never consistently motivate anybody to anything. But when you see the best of them and you go over to where your version of the best of them is and you align with that and offer one signal, now you are a part of the inspiration you see. Have you ever had the experience yourself when someone sees and loves you and expects the best of you? Do you not shine in ways you never shined before? And do you not find it really hard to shine when another does not look for the best in you? And so, again, I feel like somebody that I'm reading for, you can be a little bit like me and you can have that tenant vision and you can only see what you want to see. But this card is really asking you to see the best of people. And also, it's telling me with some of that blockage could be coming up from some of your past doing. I do feel about a little bit of this. I mean, yeah, because it was I do feel like this is more career focused than it is relationship focused. But if you do feel like this is hitting you in a relationship term, I do feel like the universe is asking you to stop expecting the best, stop expecting the worst, because if you expect the worst then you're going to get it. But really try to look for the best, really try your best to come into situations. Try your best to not project your past on to your future. And the best way to make sure that you're not reflecting your past onto your future is by making sure that you are looking at it clearly. And not only looking at it clearly, but speaking over it clearly, thinking about it clearly, and then you will get better results. Because it's something about like some of your old programming that is making you feel like whenever, a new person come into your life or a new opportunity come into your life, instead of having this sense of adventure, you kind of have this like scary mentality, like you want to block yourself off, or you're just waiting for that person to disappoint you, or waiting for the shoe to fall through, or for this opportunity not to work out. And God is saying that's why you're not seeing your power. That's why you're not effortlessly manifesting things. It's because you're expecting the worst. And so instead of expecting the worst, God is asking you to expect the best and to see the best in everybody until they give you a reason to no longer see it. Okay? When somebody give you proof and you have the actual factual information to say that this person is no longer trustworthy, then you can move in a way that says that they're not untrustworthy. But you cannot start a situation, you cannot start a relationship thinking the worst and think the best is going to come from it. I would not try to control the uncontrollable. We want you to reach the place where you are willing, not just willing, determined, not just determined, eager to let go of the need to control things that are uncontrollable, like what anybody else is doing. And you give your undivided attention to the only thing you can control, which is how you feel in any given circumstance. In other words, we want you to leave this moment saying, I've decided that I'm going to take life as it comes, and I'm going to do the best that I can do in the midst of what I am doing. Okay. And so again, it's not about having control, and it's not also a lot of us, you can I don't know why I keep getting this relationship energy, but for a lot of you guys, you can try to like, be overly protective for your partner, and you're overly questioning them, and you're like, what are you doing, and why aren't you talking to me, and why aren't you da 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 da? And you think that by controlling that person, or controlling how that person communicate with you, or controlling how much that person reach out to you, that means that that's going to make that person be more faithful. But in actuality, all it's doing is putting more of a strain on your relationship. And this is not just in relationship, this is in life. That you can be on your job and you can be trying to go above and beyond to try to be the best employee for these people. But if these people already have decided in their mind that you are not their person, or that you are not like them, then all of that shit is in vain. God is asking you to look at the truth of your situation. And if you're going to do anything, do it from your point of view. Do it because this is something that you want to do, not because you're trying to control how somebody else see you, or trying to control how somebody else treats you. Because at the end of the day, you can't control that. All you can do is think that you're doing. That's how we get our feelings hurt. You doing something because you like, oh, I want this person to see me as a good person, or I want this person to look at me as a great employee. And then you're mad when this person don't see you that way, way, but it's because your intention wasn't right in the first place. You didn't ever want to do that. You were only doing it because you thought it would make you look a certain type of way. And so this reading is to come about and to say, instead of trying to, shape shift your personality to harmonize with your environment, how about paying attention to your environment? And if your environment is not in harmony with you, then move the fuck on in the cycle. Stop staying in fucked up situations and trying to mold yourself to people you don't even like, people you don't even respect. This is why God is like, we always want to talk about, oh, it's magic. It's not magic. Like, it's energy management. It's mind management. It's like emotion management. Like, it's like you have to get control of yourself. And you don't get control of yourself by trying to control other people, did he? You get control of yourself by controlling yourself. And once you can become the master of yourself, the master of your emotions, you can manifest anything. And that's what this reading is all about. Last thing, I came as an extension of source. You came as a physical extension of source energy. Now, source energy, for my church folks, that means you came as a physical extension of God. We say this in the Bible all the time. We was created in God's image, angel number 555. We were created by God's image. God, you came in here, but then as soon as we talk about us having powers and being God, like, it's like, oh my God, blasphemous. Well, what the fuck? Were we made in God's image or were we not? What's the truth of the matter, okay? And so it says, understanding that okay, let me start. You came as physical extensions of source energy, understanding that you could explore, contrast, causing expansion not only for you all. Okay, let me read this again. This is why I don't read this card, because they kind of deep and I be going over my words. You came as a physical extension of source energy, understanding that you would explore contrast, causing expansion not only for you, but for all that is. You knew that you could find your way back to the resources of your source by feeling your way. And by understanding that the relationship between you and you is not one of separateness, but of alignment and resonance. When you master the art of allowing, your consistent alignment with the source within you, every other relationship will be beneficial and pleasurable. When you master the art of allowing, your consistent alignment with the source within you, every other relationship will be beneficial and pleasurable. When you are true to yourself, where did my card go? When you are true to yourself, you get everything you want. You allow the art of allowing. And we said right back here, getting in alignment with yourself is not about controlling things around you. It is about controlling yourself. Once you get control of yourself, and you get control of yourself by getting control of your emotions. Once you get control of your emotions and you be able to see situation clearly and speak in a way that shows that you are in control of your emotions, then you will manifest whatever you need effortlessly. But the reason why you are not seeing the blessing is because you are looking at the blessing, because some of you guys are living in a blessing that you asked for, and you like, this just ain't what I want. Now, God, why you forgot about me? Now, God, why you don't love me? Now, God, look, listen to how, I want you for the next 3 to 4 weeks to pay attention to how you speak to yourself about your dreams. Because it says it in the Bible, it's life or death in the tongue. So are you speaking life into yourself, or are you speaking death into yourself? And then let's circle back around and see if you manifesting things in your life. Because I don't know about you, but within these last 2 weeks, I have seen the power of my tongue. And it's not like some like hoka hoka poka. I'm not saying it 3 times. It's literally like I can say something, and I'm gonna say it right here. I literally said that I'm saying this because I don't think that this person will find it. But I literally was just like, I didn't want this individual to work in my building no more. Like, I just felt like the person was starting to make me feel uncomfortable. And I was just like, I don't want to be uncomfortable in my own home. Like, I just don't want them to work here anymore. And literally within 2 days, 2 to 3 business days, I heard from his mama. He just randomly got let go. So the power of your words is real. And so that's what I really want you to work on. That's your homework for these next 3 to 4 weeks, is to like really, really see what happens when you purposely try to speak life into yourself. What happens when you purposely try to see the best in every situation? Whenever, no matter what is coming at you, I want you to try your best to be positive, to maintain harmony within yourself. And if you're not feeling positive, then be honest about you not being positive. But I don't want you to, for the next 3 to 4 weeks, you need to be honest about your emotions. And please report back on if you have seen major changes in your life. All right. Last message. Remember, guys, if this reading is hitting on you, if it's really resonating, or if you want to go deeper, if you feel like you may have a block, check out www.honestlysis.com. I'm actually going to end this reading with a work your light message. Um, I'm gonna actually end it with two, because I feel for somebody, a part of, for somebody, this reading is about relationships, and it is about how you are kind of creating your own chaos and your own turmoil in your relationship, and you really need to see the truth of that. I want you to stop projecting and be honest about your own insecurities and your own shortcomings so that your relationship can thrive and grow. For some of you guys, I just pulled this card. Someone from your past is returning to your love life. So there is going to be a reconciliation. And I believe that the reason why this reading is coming about is because God does not want you to keep projecting your past on this new situation. Although this may be the same person, there is something that is resonating differently about their energy, and God is just asking you to give this person the benefit of the doubt and to try to not project the past into the future. And then last but not least, it says worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So for some of you guys, for some of you guys, you do have the ex coming back. And God is saying that you need to really look at the situation with fresh eyes, and to not just automatically go into your default setting. And for the rest of you guys, it is more so about you releasing your ex. You kind of like clearing that energy out and being honest about what you truly want. And God is saying that if you are honest about what you want, then that divine love will come to you. And it's going to be worth the wait. It's not going to be super quick. It may take a little bit while longer. But divine timing is at work in your love life. And what I'm actually hearing, and I've been feeling this for a very long time, is that for some of you guys, your divine partner is attached to your career. And so if you have been feeling like you wanted to make a career path or you wanted to make a career shift, then really, really commit to that, because you will get not only that, the money, the power, you'll get the love that you want as well. And for the rest of you guys, again, if you're going to be reconciling with an ex, just make sure that you're not projecting your past onto that situation. All right, last message for everybody. All right, dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, clarify this message of adventure, harmony, honesty, spontaneity, the Two of Swords, everything is fine, Ten of Swords, Ace of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, along with the Page of Wands, reconciliation, release your ex, worth the wait. I intend to see the best in everybody. I will not try to control the uncontrollable, and I came as an extension of source energy. God, one final message, literally, and one final message, and we are done. I would never come in with the card saying to give someone a big. I love that. Let's see. Can I actually show this? I can show it. Shout out to my cousin and her op name. I don't know if it's gonna let me show it. I would never come in with the card saying to give someone the benefit of the doubt. Yes, God is telling everybody give people the benefit of the doubt. And the part that you may have missed a little bit, it was saying that that for some people. Because you are like kind of blocking yourself off and not seeing the truth of the situation, it's like you're automatically like projecting the past. But God is saying, like, take the blindfold off, allow yourself to feel the fullness of your emotion, and then you will see the big picture. Okay. And it also said, like, stop distracting yourself because you could be just like feeling pain or feeling like this ending is coming about, and you're not trying to see the truth of it. But do it, and you'll get a brand new beginning. So just to catch you up really quickly. All right, one final card, and we gonna get on out of here. What do we need to know? No room or doubt for no root or doubt confusion in me or the reader's mind, listener's mind. One card only. I love it. And our card that we're going to end with is Dance with Life. Do something to change your energy, which I feel like that was very, very appropriate of what this reading was all about. And then we also got this card of how a priestess, and it says, how are you being called to step up and lead? So for some of you guys, what you need to do is stop hiding, and the universe is really asking you to step up. I may actually go ahead and read both of those messages. So let's see. I'm in a very giving mood today. I hate when this happens. Now I can't find the card. I think this is an activation. No. Okay, so we got an action card and an inquiry card. So first we're going to do the inquiry card. Let's go to 46. So this is something that you need to think about or reflect on. And it's the priestess energy. The priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You do not need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It is by hearing someone else's journey that we feel less alone. We realize that we realize that we're actually all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that a leader has the courage to go first. In stepping out, they shine a light on the path for others to venture forward to. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it is because you are at some point have longed for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing you and might be one step behind you. Hell, they may even be right alongside you. You do not need anyone's permission, just the courage to stand up, embrace your struggle, the peaks and the throws. You do not need to know the way, just believe that there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. Your inquiry for this week is, how are you being called to step up and lead? How can you be the leader you wish you had? I love that. Oh my God. It's a double down right underneath this is yes, yes, yes. So I don't know, whatever, if you've been thinking about doing a new adventure, which I have, like God is saying yes. I've been thinking about like just really committing to this space, and the universe is saying yes, yes, yes. Go ahead and commit. And right underneath that, it says align your life. So I don't know what the universe is asking you guys to do, but it's a hard yes over here. Okay, it's a hard yes. All right, last message, and this is an action. So this is something that we can actually go out and do today. So I gave you something to think about. Now I'm going to give you something to do. Life is always moving. If you resist this ever changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you will fall out of flow with the universe. What did I first say when I started this reading? You need to be like water, my friend. The universe has a mysterious, intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat which governs all of life. One of the best ways to shift your energy, frequency, and vibration is to put on some music and dance along with it. When we dance unrestrained, our spirit takes over, and with each new bop, sway, and kick, we are rocked back into harmony with the rest of our life. Get unstuck by doing something that shifts your vibration. Put on some music, dance unrestrained, and fall into the frequency of life. In doing so, your body will begin to learn how to be moved by your intuition, which is connected with the systematic beat. If dancing isn't your thing, then simply do something that you would not normally do to shift your energy. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it. What did I tell y'all? Anyways, I'm not gonna beat my own horn, but toot toot. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it. And you cannot attract a different experience without changing your energy first. What did I tell y'all? Y'all over here asking for blessings, launching off all of these things, telling God how much you want stuff, but you ain't really see the truth of your situation. Girl, you gotta see the truth of it. Okay, let me stop. If dancing isn't your thing, then simply do something that you would not usually do to shift the energy. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it. You cannot attract a different experience without changing your energy first. It's time to shift things up and find a way to dance along with the beat of life. Do something to change your energy, y'all. Done. I'm done. I'm done because this reading was like literally like in a perfect bow. I'm so grateful to be back at it, to be doing this. Y'all, I don't know what the universe is asking for you, but as I said, for these next 3 to 4 weeks, it's gonna be, you gotta be active, okay, baby? I don't know what's gonna be coming at you, but I want you to really see the truth of these situations. If an ex is popping back up, instead of just ignoring them or instead of going back into those old patterns, have the hard conversation, because you probably need to have that conversation so that you can get the information to truly move on. We're not avoiding nothing no more. We're not allowing people to stab us in our back and say that everything is fine. No, we are addressing all of our problems head on so that we can get a new reality. We can get some new situations and get these blessings that we have been asking and seeking. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you so much for taking your time out for being in this reading with me. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to A. Marie. Thank you both for commenting and for joining in and interacting with me. I promise that's all I want at the end of the day. I just want somebody to just be in this with me. Remember, the best way to support me or to support this podcast is to first make sure that you are subscribed to the podcast on your favorite podcast application. Please make sure that you give us a review. 5 stars only. I saw somebody give me a 3-star. I don't appreciate that, but maybe you did it because of the timing. Maybe I have not been consistent enough for you, but I want to get that 5 stars. And if you can, after you do that, then I want you to go ahead and make sure that you join our mailing list at www.honestlysis.com. You want to get on that mailing list for 2 reasons. You want to make sure that you get the brand new newsletters that are going to be dropping this fall, and then you also want to make sure that you get that schedule that's going to start coming out, or when I'm going to start going live, because I will be going live 2 to 3 times a week. And if you want to make sure that you put, you schedule some time, make sure that you're on that mailing list. And last but not least, if you love this reading and you just felt like, oh, this was really talking to you, but you felt like, I may need to go a little bit deeper, please go ahead and book a reading with me at www.honestlysis.com. I have everything from a 1-card reading all the way to a blockages reading. We can do a pre-recorded, or I can talk to you on the phone. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for making my dreams come true. Now get your ass out there and work on your own, friend. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. I got one more message. Hold on. I gotta watch it from the beginning. We had a tornado. Oh, I understand. Oh, really? Was it really a tornado watch? I saw it get like super dark, but I was not really paying attention. I'm gonna send it to you because I'm gonna make this unlisted, because this is gonna be a podcast episode eventually. But all right, y'all. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon with me, and I will see you at the top, friend. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. And I'm gonna send you that link. Mwah. Bye.